How would the first round play out if the draft were held today?
The #1 overall pick that belongs to the New York Jets. Congratulations, guys. You will select Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza.
How would the first round play out if the draft were held today? Well, let's dive into our latest 2026 NFL first round mock draft and find out. Number 1, New York Jets, Fernando Mendoza. The race for the top quarterback selected is as wide open as we've ever seen it. The one virtual certainty is that the Jets will select a quarterback with their first round pick. He'd have a couple of nice building blocks here with both Garrett Wilson and Armin Membu. Number 2, Cleveland Browns, Dante Moore. Unless Dylan Gabriel blows his coaches away in the second half, the Browns have an easy choice to take a quarterback here. We know Cleveland has become one of football's worst quarterback graveyards, but Moore has a higher ceiling than the likes of Johnny Manziel, Brady Quinn, et al. Number 3, New Orleans Saints, Ruben Bain Jr. We can hear Saints fans screaming for a quarterback here, but Bain Jr. is the best prospect in this draft, and the Saints can always look to trade up for a QB in this deep draft class later on. The Saints have to rebuild their defense with Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, and Justin Reed getting up there in age now. Number 4, Miami Dolphins, Jordan Tyson. Plenty of Miami fans will dream of a scenario where they draft Tua Tagovailoa's successor, but I don't know, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense right now. They're stuck with his contract for the time being. Tyreek Hill's age and season-ending ACL tear make him a likely trade or cut candidate in the offseason. Miami should retool a wideout by pairing the best pass-catching prospect of this class with Jalen Waddle, who's still in the midst of his prime. Number 5, Tennessee Titans, TJ Parker. The Titans could go anywhere but quarterback with their first-round pick. You know, given all the holes on their roster. But the lack of a pass rush has been very evident in Music City for quite a while now, and they would not be disappointed with a player like Parker. Playing in the same division as Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and CJ Stroud, the Titans would come to love Parker's game-wrecking abilities and nastiness in the trenches. Number 6, New York Giants, Spencer Fano. Andrew Thomas is one of the best tackles in the game, but the rest of the Giants O-line has been, well, a bit of an issue for a while now. The Utah product is the most polished and NFL-ready pass blocker in this draft, and the Giants would be set at the bookends for years to come with Jackson Dart behind center. Number 7, Cincinnati Bengals, Caleb Lomu. With Joe Burrow suffering his third significant injury in 6 seasons, we'd like to think that the Bengals will take the hint and realize that they have to address the offensive line. I mean, that's at least what we hope. We'll see if they actually do it. Their O-line has been a complete mess during Burrow's 6-year career. After years of neglecting the position at the draft, the Bengals finally helped their franchise QB by taking the other can't-miss Utah offensive tackle in Caleb Lomu. Number 8, Las Vegas Raiders, Caleb Downs. The Raiders' secondary has not improved under new head coach Pete Carroll, a clear-cut indicator that the player personnel is the main issue here. Well, Carroll had the honors of working with Pro Bowl safeties like Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Quandre Diggs, and Jamal Adams in Seattle. Yet Downs is one of the most highly touted safety prospects of the 21st century. This is a perfect fit. Number 9, Baltimore Ravens, Peter Woods. Nnamdi Madubuike's season-ending injury has exposed all the flaws in Baltimore's so far historically bad defense. It's clear that they just don't have the depth in the front seven to hang in there with top AFC teams right now. Well, that can change with Peter Woods, the hulking Clemson defensive tackle who could form a terrifying tandem in the middle with Madubuike. Number 10, Arizona Cardinals, Keldrick Falk. The Cardinals are starting to build a bit of a foundation here on defense with Josh Sweat and Walter Nolan, Budda Baker, and rookie standout corner Will Johnson. Just add one more dynamic edge rusher and heck, you have the makings of a top 10 defense. Number 11, Carolina Panthers, Mekhi Lemon. We know the Panthers have question marks on the O-line and defense, but look how much Bryce Young has improved with rookie wideout Tedero McMillan. Something tells us that one more big-time pass catcher could help Young go from above average to great. Number 12, Houston Texans, Francis Mauigoa. The Texans' offensive line is the last pressing weakness that is currently preventing them from returning to Super Bowl contention. Unless they make big splashes via trade and free agency ahead of the draft, the first-round pick has to be used on the O-line here. Number 13, Dallas Cowboys, David Bailey. The Cowboys' defense sorely misses Micah Parsons right now, but only time will tell if trading him pays off in the long run. Jerry Jones has to use one of his 2 first-round picks on a pass rusher. Number 14, Chicago Bears, Arvell Reese. The Bears' offense is suddenly reaching its potential under first-year head coach Ben Johnson, but the defense needs more toughness and physicality to hang around in the rugged NFC North. Ohio State linebacker Arvell Reese is a big-game player and national champion with tremendous football IQ and size. Number 15, Los Angeles Rams, from Atlanta Falcons, Ty Simpson. With a pair of first-round picks picks and a great mix of young and veteran talent, the Rams shouldn't be shy to reach for a quarterback that they like. Matt Stafford is on a year-to-year basis, and Simpson comes from the elite Alabama program. Number 16, New England Patriots. Carnell Tate. Stephon Diggs has filled the Patriots' lengthy search for a number 1 receiver, but his age and injury history mean that they shouldn't be afraid to keep adding at the position. The 6'3" Ohio State standout is a deep threat specialist who could go hand in hand with Drake May's rocket arm. Here, you'd have a young offensive nucleus of May, Tate, Will Campbell, and Travion Henderson. Number 17, Minnesota Vikings. Jermod McCoy. The Vikings are set on offense and have one of the league's best front sevens. If there's one pressing area that they could upgrade at, though, it's cornerback. McCoy is a dynamic shutdown corner with great size, but he's also excellent in tracking and making plays on the ball. Number 18, San Francisco 49ers. Avion Terrell. The 49ers are still searching for a quality shutdown corner after curiously letting Charvarius Ward walk in free agency. Luckily, the 2026 draft has its fair share of NFL-ready corners. Clemson's Avion Terrell is a bit undersized at 5'11" and 180 pounds, but he makes up for it with high football IQ and elite ball-hawking skills. Number 19, Los Angeles Chargers. Caleb Banks. With Khalil Mack on a year-to-year basis and the Chargers lacking sufficient depth in the front seven, it'd be wise to address the trenches here. Number 20, Cleveland Browns from Jacksonville Jaguars. Caden Proctor. Jack Conklin, Wyatt Teller, and Joel Bitonio are all fading veterans and pending free agents. So in other words, help wanted on the Browns' offensive line. After using their initial first-round pick on a QB, the Browns put a cherry on top of a potential franchise-altering day at the draft. Number 21, Washington Commanders. Jeremiah Love. We know running back is far from a problem in Washington, but as Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs have shown, it's worth taking a chance on a stud running back if you know how to use them. Number 22, Denver Broncos. Chris Brazzell II. The Broncos have arguably football's best defense, plus an elite offensive line and a good offensive nucleus of Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, RJ Harvey, and J.K. Dobbins. Now, how about one more stud wide receiver to complete the puzzle? Number 23, Seattle Seahawks. Kenyon Sadiq. Been a while since the Seahawks had consistent and reliable production from the tight end spot, plus they could use another pass catcher to take some of the pressure off of Jackson Smith and Jigba. Number 24, Philadelphia Eagles. Denzel Boston. He might not put up prime A.J. Brown numbers, but hey, he fits Nick Sirianni's scheme very well and would be embraced as long as he doesn't become, well, a locker room problem. Number 25, Indianapolis Colts. Mansour Delane. Well, Daniel Jones' career year means that Indy won't have to draft a new quarterback. Hooray! The Colts have one of the deepest rosters in the league, but we like the idea of pairing the stud LSU corner with Charvarius Ward, who's emerged as a true shutdown corner after signing a lucrative deal in free agency. Number 26, Detroit Lions. Mateo Uiagalelei. The Lions are still looking for another stud pass rusher to complement Aiden Hutchinson. Well, Dan Campbell is all about bully ball on defense, making the 272-pound Oregon linebacker a perfect fit for this unit. Number 27, Pittsburgh Steelers. Lenoris Sellers. Aaron Rodgers' success with Pittsburgh may convince him to prolong retirement for at least one more year. Regardless of Rodgers' decision, Pittsburgh will need a long-term solution lined up. Sellers is a dual-threat quarterback with excellent accuracy and a slick release. Either he sits behind Rodgers for a year or takes over as a starter immediately. Number 28, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. LT Overton. They need some youth and fresh juice on the line to help Yaya Diaby and Vita Vea. So why not roll the dice on Alabama edge rusher LT Overton? Number 29, Los Angeles Rams. Colton Hood. The Rams are still searching for a legitimate shutdown corner to replace Jalen Ramsey, who was traded a year after their Super Bowl 56 triumph. The Rams have a special foundation on the front seven led by Jared Verse, Byron Young, and Kobe Turner. Now let's add a corner to that mix and shore up LA's last major weakness. Number 30, Kansas City Chiefs. Max Clare. It's hard for Chiefs fans to think about sentimentality, but this certainly feels like the end of the line for Travis Kelce. And hey, you know what? Perfect opportunity here to grab his successor. Clare will never replace the Hall of Fame production that Kelce has provided for over a decade, but hey, he'd still be an effective pass catcher and red zone weapon for Patrick Mahomes. Clare, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy are a nice young pass catching trio to build around long term. Number 31, Buffalo Bills. Joshua Josephs. We remain amazed at the Bills' annual habit of neglecting the need for better pass rushers. Is this the year that they finally address it in the early rounds? Well, we'll see. Number 32, Green Bay Packers. Malik Muhammad. The Packers have one of the deepest and most well-rounded defenses in all of football. Still, they could use another Pro Bowl caliber shutdown corner to replace the long-departed Jair Alexander. Green Bay has a knack for developing quality defensive backs right away. A secondary led by Muhammad and the the safety duo of Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams would be the stuff of nightmares for opposing QBs. But hey, who do you think will be the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.